Yes, thank you. Thank you, Eric. Well, that's a question for Adalbert, actually. Adalbert, within the methodology of the Commission, the main criteria defined for lifting the non-essential travel restriction for third countries is to have an European average of 16 infections per 100,000 inhabitants. Now, we have epidemiologists from the Western Balkan countries that consider that this criteria is disproportionate and unfair to the population of very small countries. In the Western Balkans, you have countries with, the majority of them is around 3 million. So you have Albania, Kosovo, North Macedonia, Bosnia, Montenegro, around 3 million, compared to gigantic countries like Australia, Canada, India, China. The question here is, would it be really fair to continue to apply this criteria to those small countries, knowing that beyond that they have a European perspective, they are not like the others? Would the Commission be ready to reconsider, to see that 16 cases of infection per 100,000 of inhabitants cannot apply to the same, for small countries and big countries? And have you received complaint about that? Thank you.
Adalbert.
Thank you very much for this question. So let me maybe make a couple of points. First of all, this is the criteria that are used are not only the Commission's criteria. They are based on a Commission proposal, but they have been adopted by the Council. And it is the Council applying these criteria also in practice to each specific country. So in terms of how these criteria are applied, I would perhaps rather refer you to the Council to ask your question. In terms of whether we have received any complaints about this specific criterion from the angle that you referred to, I have to say that in principle, no, and from what I understand, the reason why the criterion is framed as a number of cases per unit of population is precisely to neutralize the effect of the size of a specific country that it would apply to. However, again, I would rather refer you to the Council for explanations on this criterion and how it is applied. And also, I would like to stress that this is not the only criterion that is there in the Council recommendation. There is also a criterion relating to the trend, for example, or to the overall response to the pandemic in a specific country, taking into account all the available information. So it is not a blunt criterion, and there is a certain margin of maneuver that the Council can apply in order to take into account specific situations.
Thank you, Adalbert. Are there other questions, related to the issue of the management of external borders? You have Elisa, a short follow-up.
Yeah, I have a quick follow-up. So just to be sure, Commission cannot do anything about that. It's just up to the member states now, even though the recommendation came from the Commission and the other European agency.
I think that Adalbert has been very clear that the ball is in the court of the Council, Elisa. So the answer is, this is the state of play. So, are there other questions related to management of external borders? Only keep your hand raised if it is related to this. Joseph, I know your question is related to something else. We will come back to you. Abdullah, is it related to the issue of management of external borders? If so, go ahead. You do not have the right source for your microphone, I understand. Yes, you do. Go ahead. Is it on this? Hello? Yes?
Hello.
Yes, Abdullah. Is your question on the management of external borders of the EU? No, I'm sorry. You cannot hear us apparently. So we will cut and continue. Jonathan. Merci.